so we're going to start this again. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Goliath. Goliath sometimes gives some people some troubles, so I'm going to try and explain it as best I can. So, what you're going to do for Goliath is, we're going to be doing the fight outside the room. And so, what I like to do, positioning for starting the fight, if you see this little thing above the doorway, I like to stand so it looks like my shadow's like standing on top of it. I feel like that's a good position to start the fight and get out of the room. So from here, you're going to take a full charge shot into Goliath. That will start the fight. Then, as soon as you started the fight, you're going to bail out. Oh, I rolled forward. You're going to bail out of the room. Do it quickly because the door is going to start closing. You don't want it to crush you, and you don't want it to seal you in. But if you stand right here, it's just a single roll, so you won't miss it. Once you're outside of the room, you haven't pulled back your arrow yet. You left it with Goliath. As soon as you're outside the room, you're going to start pulling back your arrow. I like to pull it back to right about here. As you can see, this like border around the middle square, I like to pull the arrow to right about there. You're going to leave it there. You're outside the room. Then you're going to take a hike all around the outside here. Be careful not to get crushed by one of his hands until you get to this staircase. Now, with the mechanics of Goliath, as soon as, if you imagine a line going straight down the middle of the screen, and I'm on the left side of it, as soon as you cross over to the right here, he's going to remove the hand that covers his weak spot. And that's what we're going to do. So, you're going to take your movement up to here, cross the line, and start pulling back your arrow. And as soon as he raises his hand, the arrow hit him in the chest, and he'll be done. Now, the advantage to this is we can pull the soul out and come up here and start opening this door while the soul is going on. So you're watching two cutscenes at once, saving some time. So when you roll up here to pull your arrow, you want to make sure to be at least on the staircase before you pull back your arrow, or you won't have enough time to get into the trigger zone for this door. Alright, so I'm going to show that in full motion here, so you can get a gist of how I usually do it. It takes some getting used to when you get up there, the crossing the line and pulling back thing. That's usually the toughest part for people, but you usually get the hang of it. Don't worry about rolling over the line or being fast. Just casually walk over the line and pull the arrow, as you'll see I do. So, as full charge shot as you can get, start the fight, roll out of the room, pull the arrow to right about there, and we're going to walk around. Cross the line, pull back the arrow, and you see he's dead now. So I'm going to start pulling the soul, and as soon as it starts, I'm holding up so I can get up here, and you'll see the door cutscene starts. So that's all there is to the Goliath, and the tutorial bosses are all done. So we will move on and talk about the forest bosses.